A major move in Salem as Oregon lawmakers push to make wheelchair repairs easier and faster. Why advocates say this bill could be life-changing for those who rely on mobility. Those federal employees speak out about the sudden layoffs and what it means for the future of tax services. Why some say the cuts aren't about efficiency but politics.
And today we're expecting more showers to move in and very strong winds for the whole region. We'll take a closer look at what you can expect for your Monday and when this will likely end out coming up.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 a.m. on February 24th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Damon Alvarado. And now let's go ahead and check back in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress with a look at our weather this morning. I know we've talked about rain, but you've also been talking about some of that wind. Yeah, winds are already picking up this morning along the coast. Very strong wind gusts, and that'll continue for the whole region as we make our way through the morning into the afternoon and not really settling down until we head late into tonight. But we can also expect more rain throughout our day. Thunderstorms are possible as well, especially as we're into the coast, maybe into Josephine County. And as we head over towards the Cascades, later tonight snow levels will drop and we can expect some higher elevation snow, but mainly those impacts are going to be into those higher pass levels. But checking out this morning, a light activity, and we'll see that pick up again starting along the coast this morning and then moving inland a little bit throughout our day. Now for today, high temperatures are going to be a bit mild, pretty similar to what we were feeling like yesterday, maybe a few degrees cooler. But overall, it'll continue to be wet for our Monday. And like I mentioned earlier, already seeing some very strong wind along the coast. Gold Beach this morning, very gusty. Now, as we're heading into the Shasta Valley, winds are beginning to pick up into Ouida as well. We have multiple wind alerts and advisories that we are tracking throughout the region. So it's going to be a very windy day for us. Now into the Rogue Valley, we are expecting showers throughout our day, mild temperatures. As we head into our Tuesday, we will be drying out, maybe the chance for a morning shower. But take a look at Wednesday. It is going to be rather warm. Temperatures making it up into the mid 60s. And around other areas in the region, we'll see temperatures above normal by the time we're heading out the week. We'll take a closer look at what we can expect for around the region today and later into this week coming up in your next forecast. This morning in Gold Beach, Oregon State Police will continue investigating an officer-involved shooting. Gold Beach Police responded to a call Saturday evening and shots were fired at the suspect. The suspect was taken to Curry General Hospital where he was stabilized before being transported to Springfield for treatment. The Curry County District Attorney said the investigation is standard practice for any officer-involved shooting. In Providence, nurses continue to vote on a tentative agreement they reached on Friday between themselves and 8 Providence hospitals. Voting on the contract has been extended, ending today at 4 p.m. Now, if the vote goes through, nurses could return to work as early as this Wednesday, ending one of Oregon's longest strikes, lasting more than a month. The tentative deal being voted on includes a pay raise of at least 16% for some nurses, with others reaching as high as 42%. The contract also promises retroactive pay for those whose contracts expired in December. President Trump's layoffs have impacted several federal agencies, from the FAA, CDC, and now the IRS, which is having impacts here in Oregon. Molly Hyde works for the IRS, a large business and international division. She focuses on individuals with income or networks over $10 million or more. And last week, she, along with 5 of her co-workers, were alerted that they would be cut from their 10-person team. Management cited poor performance as the reason for their decision, but Hyde realized all probationary staff were cut.
I don't think that efficiency is the true goal, or it's not going to be the ending result. It's not efficient. It's going to create more costs and reduce services.
Also said she was very fortunate in finding a new job so quickly after her dismissal from the IRS. However, she says many federal workers have not been as lucky. And several officials with the IRS say these cuts and layoffs could impact your tax returns this year, with possible delays and less customer service workers to try and help Americans with any problems that may arise. New this morning, California wants $40 billion in federal aid for wildfire recovery. Governor Gavin Newsom made the request and sent a letter to the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, and Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Former President Joe Biden promised the federal government would cover the first 180 days of fire recovery in Los Angeles. But President Donald Trump hasn't echoed that. He suggested federal aid could come on the condition the state change its environmental management policies. Recent wildfires around LA burned more than 16,000 structures and killed at least 29 people. It's expected to take years for the area to recover. New this morning, Senator Ron Wyden, along with several other Senate colleagues, has reintroduced a bill to help reduce wildfire risks, restore watersheds, and protect communities across the West. The Protect the West Act is a $60 billion initiative that would fund forest restoration, fire mitigation, and drought resilience. The bill has support from major environmental groups, industry leaders, and tribal organizations. For more details on the bill, you can head to our website, kdrv.com. And the Oregon Senate overwhelmingly passed a bill aimed at making the repair of wheelchairs easier, sending it to the State House. NewsWatch 12's Rocky Walker shares more on the bill and some of the struggles the bill hopes to tackle.
Wish I did not have to bring this bill forward to you, but it is a travesty that this industry is focused on profit versus customer service. And this is about access for consumers.
This was testimony from Senator Janine Salmon, calling for an expansion of the right to repair, to include wheelchairs and wheelchair parts, attempting to resolve a problem many who use them say they have.
I personally have been without my mobility device for up to 4 months at a time waiting on repairs. And that 4 months, it's like I'm stuck at home. I'm not able to go out and do things.
The bill would require manufacturers to provide information, parts, and tools available for the owner or a repair provider. The bill's advocates say this will drastically shorten wait times and increase availability to wheelchair users in need of repairs.
These mobility aids are more than just like equipment. These are key to having independence and freedom and getting out and interacting and just being as normal as everybody else in the community.
OSCI currently hosts wheelchair repair workshops, but they say many times users will repair at home with anything they have around to keep their mobility for even a short amount of time.
They like to MacGyver their chairs and get them running. So we use parts from bike shops. Yeah, this is just going to open the door to get OEM parts, from the manufacturer that are the right fit, the right size, and take away that part of having to make do.
Reporting in Medford, I'm Rocky Walker.
We recently reported on a major setback for North Medford High School. Its gym is temporarily closed after a roof collapse due to snow. Despite the damage, the school community is determined to push forward. For many students and alumni, North Medford's gym isn't just a place for sports, but after the recent roof collapse, it's a place that's temporarily out of commission. Still, the Black Tornado spirit remains as strong as ever.
But I ask you to think about the North community. They still have that fighting spirit in them. They are going to push through this. And Alan and team are committed to building it back better, and we're going to do everything we can to make that happen.
Safety is the top priority, with traffic being rerouted to keep everyone away from the damaged gym. The teams are dedicated to restoring not just the gym itself, but the memories and the community spirits that have always made it a central hub for North Medford. The city of Ashland is making it easier for property owners to build secondary housing units on the same property. The city said these accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, are designed for independent living and are a valuable contribution to local housing. Ashland is permitting ADUs in all residential zones to expedite the development process. The city is also offering free ADU plans that have been pre-approved to meet local building codes. And the city is also temporarily suspending the requirement to have a hazard tree removal permit due to the widespread storm damage earlier this month. Now, the temporary suspension was issued by the city manager's office. The suspension will allow property owners to remove hazardous trees without obtaining a permit if the tree needs immediate removal due to storm-related damage. However, the removal of undamaged trees or non-emergency tree removals still require a permit. And the Eagle Point Police Department and Central Point Police Department teamed up to hold an education session. This will teach the public how to recognize current scams and how to prevent being a victim. The presentation will take place this Thursday at the Ashpole Center at Eagle Point City Hall.
It's a stormy day ahead for us here in Southern Oregon and Northern California. High temperatures are going to be a bit mild, very similar to yesterday. Mostly cloudy skies for the region, and we're tracking rain to return as a cold front begins to move in throughout our morning. And with that, we are expecting some very strong winds. This morning, already along the coast, it is rather gusty. And as we're working through our morning into the afternoon, the whole region can expect some pretty strong southerly winds. Now, we'll take a closer look at what we can expect throughout our day and when we'll finally get a break from all of this rain coming up in our next forecast.